All right, welcome back to the Sooner Surge. And before we get started with this video, click subscribe, be a part of the channel. It's a growing channel. Thanks to all y'all for who have subscribed recently. Really appreciate it. And it's been a wild, freaking crazy day of sports, especially college football. I mean, you had games that went down to the wire all day, incredible endings. Still got a bunch of undefeated teams. It's wild. But Sooner fans, what looks like happening is Jeff Lebby is going to Mississippi State. Looks like that's pretty much a done deal now. You've seen the announcement from On3 and Ross Dellenger put it out that's likely to happen now. And so this is something we've talked about on the Sooner Surge for, I don't know, on our lives, at least probably for a week or so, that it could be a possibility with the connection with Zach Selman and other things with Mississippi State. And now that the Big 12 title game is not a possibility. I think you saw that move happen quickly after that it was official almost. And so we'll probably get an announcement in the next few days, press conference. But Lebby will be going to Mississippi State, and that leaves an opening for an offensive coordinator position at OU. And it's a huge hire for Brent Venables, Hunter, heading into the SEC. This is massive hire.
Yeah, I think Lebby will be a good fit for Mississippi State, honestly. A program that's, I mean, they only have so much they can do in the SEC, such a tough conference. To be able to get an offensive coordinator like Jeff Lebby, I think he could make some waves there. I know Ole Miss fans are not thrilled about it, so for Mississippi State fans, that's a good hire on that part. You'll have the Egg Bowl as kind of an outsider looking in on it. It's going to be a fun Thanksgiving game to watch between Lane Kiffin going against his former offensive coordinator and Jeff Lebby every Thanksgiving for hopefully the next few years in the Egg Bowl.
Yeah, and it's funny, Mississippi State people, just a lot of them were like Lebby, and they were complaining and stuff, and it's like they're wanting the Tulane coach Fritz or Troy coach Summerall. I'm like, Lebby's way better option than those two guys. He's an up-and-coming coach, offensive mind. You kind of need that in the SEC. But where does OU go from here, Hunter? That's my question. Is you got the guy at OU already, and the connection with Seth Luttrell. That's a name that everybody's going to talk about. He played at OU. He's been a head coach. He's been a coordinator at a few different schools, Power 5 schools. He's got relationships with players already on the team as an analyst. So to me, he is the guy that would just be, okay, he could go right in and just start, and it'd be fine. But do they go there, or does Brent Venables, we all know Seth Luttrell's part of the air raid style, although it's a little bit more run heavy with the way he runs it, I believe. Or do you think Brent Venables goes a totally different direction outside the program and gets a guy?
Yeah, I'll throw a few names out there. But first off, if you guys haven't been watching Double Trouble already, every night, 9:30, you need to be watching it. It's Jay and Jeremy. I'm in the background helping with the comments, getting everyone's comments up on the screen. But we talked about this, well over 2 weeks ago.
A month, 3 weeks or a month ago.
It's been a while that we've been talking about the possibility of Jeff Lebby maybe going somewhere. Really, as soon as that Mississippi State job opened up with the firing of Zach Arnett, Lebby's the one that kind of made sense there. You have that connection, Zach Selman. Zach Selman's only 1 year younger than Jeff Lebby and was a part of the hiring process of Jeff Lebby at Oklahoma when he was the assistant athletic director under Joe C. So he was in that room with Joe C, a part of that decision-making process. It just, the OU connections make way too much sense for Zach Selman to not look Lebby's way. And according to the reports right now on Saturday night, that's the case. That's the direction they will be heading. So speaking of the offensive coordinators, Seth Luttrell as an in-house hire, in my opinion, would be a home run hire. I would really like that hire as he's already here, has the relationships, is an experienced and proven play caller, was really successful at everywhere he's been. I know when he was OC at North Carolina back in 2015, they had the 16th ranked offense in the country, so top 25 there. But there's a few names that are at Group of 5 schools currently that Jay has talked about a lot. First one being Willie Korn from Liberty, up-and-coming offensive coordinator. They're 12-0 right now. Like, Liberty might be playing in the New Year's Six Bowl. They're undefeated. So they really should get that nod. I would be shocked if the playoff committee does not give them that bump up over Tulane just because they're undefeated, even though Tulane lost to only Ole Miss. Anyhow, Willie Corn, his background was at Clemson, 07 to 09. Was at Coastal Carolina, same position. Went with Chatwell to Liberty. Very proven offensive coordinator, one of the best coordinators in the country. Statistically speaking, he's young, has a Clemson connection. Believe he played there at the same time as current OU defensive end coach Miguel Chavis. So there's a lot of connections there, and he's a young up-and-coming coordinator that I think could be looking at a big-time Power 5 job pretty soon.
Yeah, and you mentioned Seth Luttrell, and to me, he's the if we did betting odds right now, he would be probably the guy that would be leading the pack just because of the familiarity with everything at Oklahoma. But I think a lot of it's going to go into Brent Venables' decision here is they're moving to the SEC. What kind of offense does he want to run over there? And is he want to run air raid? Does he want to get more of a conventional pro-style offense, kind of like you probably see more of like at Georgia or Bama, right? So that'll be interesting to see what happens. I like Luttrell. I think Luttrell would be a good fit. I like Willie Corn a lot. I think out of those two guys you mentioned, and there's others too. I mean, there's other guys that will come up. And the question is, how long are they going to wait to hire? I don't think it's going to be very long. They got to move quickly.
In today's day and age of college football, you have to. That's what makes this coaching thing so tough with coaching changes following the end of the season is you only have today's November 25th. For a lot of teams, their season ended or they don't play another game for 30 days before their bowl game. Then you have early signing day, middle of December. You have the transfer portal opening up pretty soon. You have to make these decisions quick because if you don't, you're either going to have a lot of guys into the portal and then you're having to try to fight them to get them back if that's what the route that the team wants to go, or you're going to have to find other players from the portal. And then you also got to keep this recruiting class that you have currently together and get them to sign on their early signing day. So it's tough. I feel like you have to make a decision really before the transfer portal opens up, whether that be an in-house hire or a hire from elsewhere, one of the other offensive coordinators across the country, Group of 5, Power 5, wherever it may be. One more name I kind of want to throw out there is a very new offensive coordinator currently at UNLV, Brendan Marion.
Love
at Texas.
Yeah.
He's played at Tulsa. So was very, very disappointed among Texas fans for him to leave and take the OC job at UNLV. One of the best recruiters in the country. I know he was a name kind of thrown out there last year when OU was starting to show signs of hiring a new wide receiver coach. His name was thrown out there a bit. And you would have to think he could maybe be on that list of someone to replace Jeff Lebby on. He's very young. UNLV's had a really good offense this year. I think how many wins do they have right now? Is it 10 or 11?
That's a really good.
They've had a very good year. He's up and coming, and man, a staff with Brendan Marion and Emmett Jones on the same staff. It would be insane for the entire offense, really, especially at wide receiver position.
Yeah, and as I close here, you got Emmett Jones, the guy you got to keep on staff. Obviously, you're going to lose some. You might lose Joe John Finley. Who knows? We'll see. But it's so important. Brent Venables, when he got hired, everyone thought, what kind of offense is he going to run after Lincoln Riley? Are they going to be able to recruit quarterbacks? Jeff Lebby came in and did a great job, put up really good numbers, got quarterbacks recruited, highly rated quarterbacks, and now Brent Venables has to make that decision again, and he's got to make another great decision because going to the SEC. So a lot of big decisions to make coming up. It's going to be crazy. There is no offseason in college football anymore. With portal recruiting, it's crazy, and we're hitting it right now. So make sure you're a part of the Sooner Surge. You want to turn your notifications on. You want to subscribe and turn those on. You'll get one every time we go live, which is a lot, and you'll also get one every time we release a video. So make sure you do that. Thanks for being part of the Sooner Surge. Till next time, guys. Boomer.